Let's start with the first part, but first of all, I would like you to see a video from documentary, which is quite interesting. It is documentary about a tribe in West Africa. Okay, take a look and listen.
C'est du rythme. Toutes les choses, c'est du rythme.
Well, the idea of showing you this video is that you can realize that everything is influenced by rhythm. You see, as the people that were working there, or the children there, they have a rhythm in the work that they are doing, right? As you can see, and as you are going to listen then with some of the people that are talking there, they say that their work is influenced by rhythm. Okay, sounds influence the way that they live. Okay, you see that now the person is going to cut off a tree. Yes, and take a look. So everything, well, this is just a short part that we're going to see. Maybe if you want.
Tout le travail, tous les bruits, c'est des rythmes.
Okay, so the name of the documentary is Foley, which is rhythm in the language that they have, right? So the idea is that you can see that everything is rhythmical. Okay, so speech as all bodily movements, for example, breathing, walking, okay, our heartbeat is highly rhythmical. Okay, you see that in music, rhythm is the placement of sounds in time. Okay, the rhythm is given by all the alternation of contrasting elements. Okay, so rhythm is the musical quality produced by the repetition of stressed and unstressed syllables. Okay, the most clear kind of rhythm is that repetition of those elements that we may find in poetry. Take a look at this poem. Okay, you see here that there is a succession of stressed and unstressed syllables. Okay, so listen. Leaves on the trees and the sun in the sky. The breeze is so fresh and the grass so high. Gone is the autumn of yellow and gold. Gone are the nights of the winter so cold. Wake in the morning to blackbirds that sing. These are the things that I love about spring. Okay, so you see that everything is like organized into units. Okay, those units are called feet. Okay, so we may find that the foot, okay, is the unit that influences rhythm. Okay, so you see that each foot begins with stressed syllable, okay, and then it continues up to the next stressed syllable where another foot begins. Okay, so you see there that we have leaves under, trees under, sun in the sky. So the whole poem has that structure. Okay, we see that the most common units, okay, that is to say the feet of rhythm in English, are the I am, okay, consisting of two syllables, okay, only the second is stressed, as in, for example, goodbye, or the trochee, where we have two syllables but only the first is stressed, as in awful, or the anapest, where we have three syllables with only the third one stressed, for example, the Halloween, or the dactyl, in which we have one stressed syllable followed by two unstressed syllables, okay, for example, in wonderful, or the spondee, okay, in which we find two consecutive syllables that are both stresses, for example, in big deal, right? As I told you, okay, speech is highly rhythmical. There is a regular beat, okay? But the elements that mark that beat may vary in different languages, okay? There are two kinds of rhythm in languages that have been distinguished, okay? On the one hand, we have syllable-timed rhythm, okay? For example, Spanish, French, Italian, okay? And the others which are the stress-timed rhythm, okay? Which are, for example, English, okay? Swedish or Russian, right? English is a stress-time language. That is to say, the time between the stress syllables remains steady, okay? And those extra syllables have to crowd in between the stressed syllables, okay? Each syllable does not last the same length of time, okay? So English has a rhythm like this. The da 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 da, okay? Or, and then we're going to listen to another example. But many other languages, for example, Spanish, okay, are syllable time. Okay, each syllable takes about the same amount of time. Okay, these syllables have a very regular rhythm like this: da 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 da. Okay, take a look at the example that you have there in your notes. Okay, in which you have, for example, if we follow this idea, okay, take a look at the example of in which we make the contrast between English and Spanish. Okay, for example, you say, "I want you to come with me to the doctor's tomorrow." Okay, that is the regular rhythm of English. Okay, but if we take into account the same sentence in Spanish, we say, "Quiero que vengas al médico conmigo mañana." Okay, listen again. "I want you to come with me to the doctor's tomorrow." Quiero que venga conmigo al médico mañana. Okay, so I changed there the last word, but it's the same. Okay, so you see that in Spanish each syllable takes the same amount of time. Okay, but in English, okay, we may see that, for example, if we have those words that we have here, cats chase mice. Okay, if we say the second, the cats are chasing the mice, it takes the same amount of time. Or the cats have been chasing the mice, the same. Or the cats may have been chasing the mice. So you see there, the amount of time between each foot is the same. Okay, this regularity in English rhythm produces the music of English. Okay, stress syllables stand out. Okay, and those unstressed syllables try to squeeze in between the stressed syllables. Okay, and sound changes make their articulation easier so that regular timing can be maintained. Okay. There are basic differences between syllable-time languages and stress-time languages. Okay, for example, the first has something about vowel reduction. Okay, in Spanish, unstressed vowels suffer a weak vowel reduction. Okay, as every syllable is given the same amount of time to be produced. Okay, but in English, okay, there is a frequent vowel reduction. Okay, so as to keep that rhythmic beat on the stressed syllables. Okay, there is a strong reduction in vowel quality. Okay, due to that phenomenon called undershoot. Okay, in the short time given for the pronunciation of unstressed vowels, the articulators do not achieve the vowel target. Okay, so those vowels, okay, will be transformed, let's say, into centralized vowels, right? So there is a vowel reduction there. The second difference, okay, is the subsequent elision of unstressed vowels. Okay, and for example, take a look at the word in Spanish, literatura. Okay, literatura. Okay, there is a simple syllable structure, but in English, okay, the reduction and the elision of unstressed vowels have resulted in a large amount of consonant clusters. Okay, and in the large amount of complex syllable structure in English. For example, let's take a look, or let's take the same example, but in English. Okay, in Spanish we say literatura, but in English we are going to say literature. You see, literature. Okay, so there is a vowel reduction there and elision. Okay, and we have consonant clusters. Okay. In English, the third difference is that in English, speaking rate does not affect the duration of stressed and unstressed syllables proportionally. Okay, but in Spanish, okay, speaking rate effects on the duration of stress and unstressed vowels. Okay, so we're going to see that the duration of stress and unstressed vowels is roughly the same. Okay. The fourth difference is the absence of secondary stress in syllable-time languages and of the presence of secondary stress in stress-time languages. Okay. For example, that you know that in English, no stress syllables in a word can be preceded by more than 2 unstressed syllables in succession. Okay, that's why we have the introduction of secondary stress. Okay, clarification, variability. Okay, unconventionally. Okay. After the stress syllable, there may be up to 3 unstressed syllables, but those cases occur only in words with certain suffixes. Okay, and finally, in syllable-timed languages, the syllable occurs at roughly regular intervals of time, and the syllable is the rhythmical unit in verse. Okay, that's why Spanish verse is referred to octosyllable or decasyllable. Okay, and in stress-time languages, it is the stress which occurs regularly, and the metric system is based on the foot, as we have seen in the example of the poem. Okay, thus the English verse is refers to iambic, trochee, anapest. Okay, and the examples that I showed you just minutes ago. Okay, so these things refer to the different stress patterns of the food. You see, stress with unstressed syllable and so on. Okay, so this is about the topic of stress-timed languages and syllable-timed languages, and how important rhythm is in our life. Okay, so this is the first video, and let's continue with the other one. Okay.